Welcome to this video of Python projects for beginners. We will give you idea about most trending topics. Watch video to full length. As a beginner you can start from any point. Let us start this video. Hope you will enjoy this. Please subscribe this channel and press bell icon.
Number guessing. This is one of the simple Python projects, yet an exciting one. You can even call it a mini-game. This project is particularly useful for beginners. Make a program in which the computer randomly chooses a number between 1 to 10, 1 to 100, or any range. Then give users a hint to guess the number. Every time the user guesses wrong, he gets another clue, and his score gets reduced. The clue can be multiples, divisible, greater or smaller, or a combination of all. You can also develop functions to compare the inputted number with the guessed number, to compute the difference between the two, and to check whether an actual number was inputted or not in this Python project. The main aim of this coding project idea from the Python projects list is to introduce beginners to coding basics. YouTube video downloader. This is one of the latest topic for Python projects for beginners. One of the best ideas to start experimenting with hands-on Python projects for students is working on a YouTube video downloader. YouTube is an internationally known website for sharing videos. Requirements for this project: to develop a video downloader, you should have an understanding of Python programming language, Python package installed on your PC, an editor of your choice, TIC-TAC-TOE, a Python module for creating GUIs. PyTube downloads the video from YouTube. This is the best example of introducing Python to beginners in a fun way. More than 1 billion people watch YouTube every month. Sometimes there are videos we like to download permanently. YouTube doesn't give you that option, but you can create an app with a simple UI and the ability to download YouTube videos in different formats and video quality. This project looks tough, but it is straightforward when you start working on it. Rock, paper, scissors game in Python. If you are tired of having no playmate, then a 5-minute stint of rock, paper, scissors with the computer and designed by you yourself will improve your mood. We again use the random function here. You make a move first and then the program makes one. To indicate the move, you can either use a single alphabet or input an entire string. A function will have to be set up to check the validity of the move. Using another function, the winner of that round is decided. You can then either give an option of playing again or decide a predetermined number of moves in advance. A scorekeeping function will also have to be created, which will return the winner at the end.
Calculator in Python. The next one in the series of Python projects for beginners is a calculator project. Although this is very common type project, not you can build a graphical user interface calculator using Python. You can add functionality of voice-based calculations also. You can also add graphs option.
Usually, 2 players can play tic-tac-toe at a time. The players create a 3x3 square grid. This is one of the coolest Python project ideas. While the first player puts X in any one of the squares, and the second player will put an O in any square. This process will continue until all the squares are filled, with each player putting X and O alternatively. The player who succeeds in creating a horizontal, vertical, or diagonal with 3 consecutive X or O on the grid wins. You can use the Pygame library for building this project. Pygame is loaded with all the modules you need for computer graphics and sound. Webcrawler. A webcrawler is an automated program script that surfs the internet and stores the content of a particular web page. A web crawler is one of the most useful Python projects to find up-to-date information. Web browser using Python. Using Python and PyQt, you can create an application, which has the basic functionality of a web browser. Using this project, a user should be able to type in web addresses in the URL bar. You can add more functionality to web browser. Memo notes. Similar to sticky notes, you can attempt to implement a note-making application that, once created, remains on your desktop screen. You can write memos in it so that you are reminded of your pending tasks whenever you get back to your workstation. You can also add time expiration periods to your notes so that they are automatically deleted after a certain period of time. These memo notes. Image resizer. In this Python project, you will build up an application where a user can resize an image file by changing its dimensions to the target parameters. An introduction to image processing is definitely required for accomplishing this particular project. It can also turn out to be an excellent resume builder when attempted successfully. Python file browser. To learn and gather insights into operating system, file system integration. With Python, you will have to develop a file browser similar to Windows Explorer by integrating your application with your computer's file system. In your app, be sure to add an Open button in the user interface to allow the user to open any file that is present on the browser. E-commerce website with a recommendation engine. The key to the success of any e-commerce business is a good user interface. To achieve a greater user experience, from a marketing perspective, targeted advertising is the